just before the video begins, yes, I know my audio is shit. Right, I'm sorry, but anyway, let's just get into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello, I am Mason Gaming, as most of you may know. Right, but today we're actually taking a look at a Minecraft mod, because why not? I haven't done one of these, well, in quite a long time, and the last one that I've done did pretty good. So anyway, the mod is called AUNIS, or All You Need is Stargates, Minecraft-based Stargate mod. This menu is actually pretty cool looking. The gate itself rotates, as you can see. The background is like updating, This is a work in progress mod, right? But it's getting updated pretty quickly. So anyway, let's hop into a world so I can show you everything that is with this mod. So this is like the Minecraft testing world I've set up. I haven't got everything that I need in here. Basically I decided to come up with a bunch of ramp designs for all the different variations of the textures of the Stargate itself. But anyway, right. This is 3 designs to the gate. This one is the SG1 design, based on, Stargate SG1 or the standard Milky Way gate. Alright, I'm not going to go into backstory, you can just search up on the Stargate wiki if you want to. Alright, this one is from the second Stargate show that was around the same time as this, around about season 7 time from SG1. This is the Pegasus Gate from a TV show called Stargate Atlantis, which is a spin-off show based around the same time as SG1, except this one is based in the Pegasus Galaxy and it has all Atlantis and shit, so that's fun. Anyway, this third one actually was the later design from Stargate, around about 2011. Around about that time, they decided to make a third show called Stargate Universe. It's the Destiny-inspired gate, right? Because MGM wanted money. That's it. The show didn't do well. This one only had like 2-3 seasons. This one had about 6 to 7 seasons, and that had about 10. Alright, this was the longest running sci-fi TV show, ever. Well, not ever. Doctor Who still beats it. It had more episodes, I think.
Yeah, it turns out Doctor Who had way more episodes. Yeah.
I should just research stuff on Doctor Who, but I'm not quite sure. There were longer seasons. Anyway, alright, I'm using a second mod with this. It's called Open Computers. You kind of need this to, use one of the functions with, the Stargate. Alright, you kind of need it for all 3. As I said, I'm using one of the developer builds for the mod. Alright, but let's quickly go over some of the functions of this mod. So, over here we have the Milky Way DHD. There's 2 types of DHDs from the mod, Pegasus and the Milky Way, this one right here. Right? Compared to other Stargate mods, you don't have a UI or GUI or whatever, right? You don't have an interface. What you see here are actual buttons. So, if I click this button here, it'll activate the chevron Stargate itself. See? Alright, or this one right here. Or up here. There is 6 different chevrons that you can put in for your address. 7th chevron being the point of origin, which would be up there. But for instance, you wanted to dial a different galaxy. You would use an 8th chevron. Right? That'll log in now when they... Let me just show you real quick. So that's 6. 7, so that'll be your 7th there, instead of the top one. Your 8th chevron would be if you wanted to dial the Destiny gate, or the Universe gate. And then obviously to show where you are, you would use your point of origin. So that's roughly how to explain DHD. Alright? For a basic connection, if you want to dial, I don't know, say that Stargate there, right? You would use a 7 chevron address. If you wanted to dial that Stargate, you would need an 8, or that one down there would be a 9 chevron. Alright, it works a lot like that. I just realised I was pop in textures. Alright, anyway, let's turn on this computer. There's a dial-in system that comes with open computers that is compatible with this mod. It's called AGS. Alright, the way you get that is, like you do paste bin run PAQ264, something like that. Alright, but what I'm opening right now is the developer version of AGS. Alright, as you can see, it's like developer build. Alright, so instead of like the regular dial-in system, this one is the developer version, or the beta testing version. Alright, I'm like a tester for the mod, somehow. So you can see here where it says ToggleIris. You can do that. I'll get into all that features later. Alright, but for now I'll show you roughly how the Stargate works. Right, so let's open that real quick. Alright, so inside here I've got a bunch of addresses saved. Right, so if you wanted to quick dial, you would use the DHD. Right, that's if you remember all the addresses. Like for instance, I remember the address to that gate there. Alright, or if you wanted the slow approach, if you can't remember the addresses but you can't be bothered to find your piece of paper, which actually brings me on to this. These are notebook pages. So every Stargate address saved, if you go into the interface of the gate here, you can put in your iris, your like upgrades, which would be like all your different address symbols and all that. You got your iris code and shit like that. You got your biome overlay. I'll get into all that later because it's complex. But this would be this Stargate's address. Alright, and this would be translated then into the Pegasus variant, or if you have the universe, universe glyph crystals, and put that in there, this would be the universe version of this Stargate's address. Right, same thing for here. Alright, this would be its address if you were to dial it from a Pegasus gate, or this from a Milky Way, or, you know, so on and so forth with Pegasus, yada yada yada. Alright.
By the way, the mysterious page randomly generates a Stargate in your world if you left click. Just to let you know.
I'll just dial this real quick. So, as I said, what you need is a basic 7 chevron address for dialing something like that, or the other gates, but because I remember the address for this one, I'm going to dial the Pegasus gate. So, for instance, for this one, what you need is this symbol, that one there, up here, down. Now, this would be a 6 chevron address. Because this is a Pegasus gate, you need to lock in an 8th, and then your point of origin. Alright, as you can see, the chevron's activated on there. Alright, and then, basically, once the Stargate activates, a large amount of energy protrudes from the gate itself. And then it settles back into the event horizon, or puddle. Alright, this is the thing that you've stepped through. Alright, this is your portal, if you will. Alright, it's transparent from this side. Alright. I do have a resource pack on made by, like, Harold. Alright, he's one of the texturers for the mod. And modelers, you know. He sends a higher quality resource pack to everyone who asks. Alright, but this puddle right here, you can throw something like an item through, you know, and that'll appear through on the other side, or you can send yourself through. Alright, you just walk into the event horizon, afterwards the gate would turn off. Alright, and then you can use the DHD to, like, redial anyway, really. So, right, I quickly just want to go through how to build the Stargates here. Alright, so what you need is the base block of your choice, Milky Way, you know, Pegasus or Universe. Place it down, simple. Thing pops up. Same thing happens for the Pegasus, or even the Universe. Let me place that evenly. Alright, and what you need, the chevron blocks and the ring blocks, right, of the corresponding gate. So Milky Way, just click the base block, Right, until everything's filled in. And do the same for the rings. You see that doesn't work because it's the wrong type. Just do the same for the rings and it'll appear. Same thing for the pegs. If I just fill in the rings, there's no specific order. Alright, you can just see everything fills in there. Don't place your gates too close because otherwise that'll happen. And finally, universe, you just need that. And just do that. Ta-da! Oh, by the way, another thing. In the mod config options, you've got the option to change the size of your Stargate. This will change the recipe of your gate to make it smaller or larger. Right, I've got mine set to medium, which has the same recipe as a small, but a medium would be a lot larger. Anyway, back to the rest of the video. Now let's get on to the computers, because the slow dial variant. What you would do for the slow dial end is you would save your address, you would add a new entry. This is a Milky Way gate. You've got the option for the DHD or manual, where you would use these symbols on the side going down, where my cursor is, you know. Alright, but I'm going to cancel, right, because I've got all the addresses for the Milky Way saved in this. Alright, so I would click on here once it's done. I would click dial. So as you can see, this the ring rotates, and the chevron needed, that one, locked in. Right, it's a longer process, right? But if you just need to grab some things from your inventory, for instance, if you have a mod like tech guns installed, then you know. Oh, by the way, this is Minecraft 1.12.2. I should have mentioned that. But this is chevron 3 encoded, right? As you can see. All right, and this actually brings on a point for the mod configs real quick. Alright, so the mod configs, you've got a bunch of them. I don't need to go into depth on them because there's no point. Alright, you've got the option in here though for incoming animation. So if I turn that on, I'll show you what happens. That's the incoming animation. And that's the gate activated. So, like I said, a Stargate, you would step through the puddle and you would appear on the other side, like so. You know, the bed is here. Ta-da. But that's the Milky Way gate. The Pegasus gate for the Darling computer itself is a different animation. Right? I'll use the AGS/D developer version. You would normally just put AGS. Alright? Because I don't know. Reasons. Yo, I just had to look at my OBS and turns out the last time I streamed on Twitch was My Dream House, last part modded. Yeah, I played modded stuff before, but this is the AGS system. So as you can see, this is that. Alright, so there's a shield for this one, as you can see, where that one says toggle iris. This one says toggle shield because there's a shield in here. Get into all the upgrades and that later. This is the DHD. It's a different design because he's using the Stargate symbols from this. Where this is using the standard star constellations that we used to in the Milky Way. Right, so stuff like Virgo, all them. Right? This uses the Pegasus versions, or the Pegasus constellations. So we've got Capo, Bido, and all them, right? Alright, for instance, this right here is the quicker, like, version. So, if I click here, you can see it's dialing a lot faster. So the chevron locks in, rotates around the ring, and that chevron locks in. So as you can see, chevron 6, that's 7, and obviously once it's activated. Alright, so the thing is with the Stargate, this wormhole right here you can't step through, this will kill you, right? And the same thing if you step through the rear side of any puddle or vent horizon. Alright, you can only step through this, the dialed Stargate. Picture like, well, picture like a one-way system. Well, that's exactly what it is. It's like a one-way road, except the road closes after you go through. Traffic lights in the UK. Alright, but as I said, you just step through, you appear on the other side. It's a basic thing. This has a bunch of bugs because this is like the latest version, you know. But you close it down. Typically I would auto-close, but because I'm nearby. Now we have the universe gate. Right, that's all you need to know. Right, real quick about those. Brief information, that's all I'm trying to do. Alright, this is the universe gate. Alright, as I said, from Stargate Universe, it has a different glyph system again. It's using these, which is like about 36 glyphs, I think it is. Alright, but if I turn this on again, right, now we've got this. Alright, this is like a medium speed. This is like the fastest because this in the universe was the last designed Stargate. This was the first. Right, so instead of the inner ring rotating or LEDs rotating, the entire gate rotates and locks in at the very top. Right, so the symbol will appear at the top and lock in, as I shall demonstrate. For this reason, it's very long-winded process. Right, as you can see, the gate rotates and locks in. You can see there's many problems with textures at the moment because, well, it's very it's not broken, it's just a work in progress, as I said. So that's 3. So that's 4 on its way. And then I would just, you know, so this is 4th. So you can see that symbol has locked in there. 5 looks like that. And that should be that one right there. 6. Now, because this is, as I said, the same type of gate, it uses 7 chevrons. Right? If you dial in a different type, you know, yada yada yada. Oh, by the way, the event horizon for this looks slightly different. So it looks a lot like that. It's like a greyish colour. Alright. It's slightly different. By the way, this ring here was where the event horizon texture is meant to be. But since we added like the irises and the shields and all that, like it's been difficult to, you know. So you can see all the flowers I sent through came through here. Alright, so you can see the gate is resetting over here. So there we are. The gate is reset. But you're questioning, right, how do I dial this Stargate if this haven't got a dialing computer? This is where the universe dialer comes into play, right? This is what it would typically look like, right? In your memory, right? So if you scroll across the memory, you can mod controls and all that, you know, just basic controls, options, go down, right? This is roughly what it should look like, right? It's just, you know, right? Oh, I changed around my up and down. Damn it. Professional. Alright, so down is meant to be up. Alright. Alright, that's roughly what it should look like. I like to change that to hashtag, right? Or the apostrophe or whatever, you know. And you just change that, obviously. Zoom is... What the fuck is C set to? I'll save active toolbar. I'm gonna do that as insert. No. No, let's do that as this button, because grav. Alright, these are all the keys that you just need to worry about. So, as you can see, I've done that again. Alright, you can save unlimited addresses. I need to swap around those bloody controls again because I'm a dumbass, ladies and gentlemen, and I keep forgetting. So up, and that's meant to be down. Alright, so as you can see, you just go through. Now the way you save... Now the way you save addresses is actually kind of interesting, because you go into here and you just put the universe dial in there, it automatically saves. Now if you go into your thing and you go into memory, you can see this gate right here is saved. Right, so for instance I go all the way down to here. All you need to do is if you have multiple gates selected, then you just go down to the right one. Or if you can't remember the address, you click your insert key or your hash key. You type in your name. So for instance this would be home. Alright, so just press escape out of that and now it appears home. And you just click. That's simple. And you're using the wrong thing. So it's linked to this gate instead of that one. Alright, so that's just spinning and spinning. You know, it's taking quite a long time, if I say so. So as you can see, it's a delay, but then that activates. Alright, so then if I go down and through, I come out this side. And then this gate will close, but this one, I'll do an animation. Alright, as the gate is resetting. Alright. The shields and the irises. Alright. So at the moment, there's 3 types of irises. We've got the, where is it? We've got the iris upgrade trinium. We've got titanium, and we've got the shield upgrade. These 3 can be put into any 3 of these Stargates, you know. Alright, this one's work in progress because it's smaller and yada yada yada, you know, all that. It's confusing, but it works. Alright, these would have different textures because, you know, I'm using a more up-to-date version of the mod. Or not up to date, higher quality, so you can see resource package and I have that loaded. You know. Alright. These will go into your Stargate base. Alright. And you just click or put in shield upgrade there. You come to your dial system and it's just toggle shield appears in there. Alright. I'll show you real quick what happens if you decide to put the energy or put the shield in there, and you just and you would just click the toggle shield icon, which would typically appear down here, but for some reason it's being a pain in the ass. Right, that would typically appear there. The universe dial is being a pain in the ass. Now you instead of putting AGS, we'll put LUA, which is a different version of dialing system and all that, but you would put in component.stargate.toggleIris. Then after that you would put your 2 close brackets. That's what happens. Right, and something similar with the shield. If I show you, it just doesn't like working. The horizontal position is off, basically. Alright, it just doesn't want to work. Alright, I've got these saved correctly, or got these on the correct types of Stargate. SG1 uses an Iris, which is man-made shield. Atlantis, or the Pegasus Gate, uses like an energy force field projected onto the event horizon. Right, and Universe doesn't have one because reasons. Alright, because that's an old gate and didn't have the technology. They didn't have the technology for this either, but people made the technology. You've got a bunch of different things as well, so I'll go more into depth real quick about different things. Like you've got the all-in gate, which Like, it's from a certain episode of Stargate SG-1. Alright. What you would typically do, right, is you would just use this as button activation. So if I just go into here, button, just push the button, this would activate. But this doesn't have any power, and that's where the capacitors come into play. Right? So you grab a capacitor, you just chuck it behind the gate. So you can see the capacitor's draining, and if you click on here, it says in the chat that it's draining a certain amount of power. So this would dull the never, which, you know. And then... Alright, and if you haven't got enough power... Alright, so you can see the longer I click on you, the more it's draining, until eventually, like, all the power just goes. So you need about 9,000, no, going down to 8,000, so I'm going to keep this active until it says 7 mil. Well, 7 million, I keep saying thousands, I don't know why. So you can see now it's in the red. So now I can no longer dial a wormhole. Alright, so when that happens, typically in the mod the event horizon will flash grey and then power off because they haven't got enough energy to maintain a solid wormhole. But for this they would just close because I clicked the button. Alright, called the rings, or ring system. Right? This appeared loads of times in SG-1. Alright, there's two things that you do with it. Right? What you do is you just place it one block under the ground. You'll give it an address, which would be 1 to 6. And give it a name, 1, save. Right? Then you will go over here, say, and then I'll show you what it's like actually if you put it just on top of the ground. So this would be 2, name 2. Alright, so you can see it's linked to 1. You'll put your ring button there, so you dial 1. Alright, so you can see this appears one block above, where that's flush to the ground. Alright, and this just literally just teleports you. So you can see that literally just teleports you to the other dialed ring. Similar to how the Stargate works, but shorter distance. Alright. But yeah, that's... you've got the beamer blocks, but you can experiment with a lot of this stuff yourself, right? There's a bunch of new metals, as I said, and using developer build, so you wouldn't have stuff like the garage door opener, which at the moment is work in progress. That's for the iris or shield, you know, iris shield, yeah, all that, right? Anyway, right, I'm going to try and get a cool thumbnail for this picture, or thumbnail for this video, right?
Not gonna lie, I kind of forgot about the gate camera thing, so let me go over that real quick.
Every Stargate has them, right? You just go in here, you click in here, no, wrong thing. You click in here, and you've got a selection of blocks. These would change the main texture of the ring itself on the Stargate. For instance, if you put in like stone, like regular stone, that gets the gate looking, well, normal. Cobblestone and give it an aged appearance. If you put in vines, you get this appearance. It's actually kind of cool. And well, snow, like it is snow. Oh no, is ice. Put in and you get this appearance, and exclusive to the Nether, you put in a coal block and you get this appearance. The same thing can be done with the DHDs. Alright, so you get the frosted variants. The only one of the textures that's a little bit funny with this is the Pegasus DHD, because if you put in cobblestone it messes up the texture and, well, yeah. Anyway, to the outro. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, all that jazz, you know. Alright, and I shall try and message you, or try and talk to you and everyone in the next video. So I will have a link to the CurseForge version Alright, you wouldn't have access to the Pegasus gates because that's using GitHub and not many people trust GitHub. Alright? Anyway, thank you for watching, like, subscribe, as I said, and I'll catch you in the next one. Apart from that, everybody, it's been Mr. Rose Gaming, I'm out, so you can say thanks for watching them all. Goodbye.
Please subscribe. I need friends.